Brooklyn Hall. Alongside me, former world champion Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a pleasure to work with you. Always a pleasure.
And now it's time for the tale of the tape. Sophie Alisch, 168 centimeters tall, weighed in at 56.7 kgs. And going up against her tonight is the blonde bomber, Ebanie Bridges. She's 155 centimeters tall and has 153 centimeter reach.
Nobody knows who's going to win. You can have an argument for the winner on both sides, but this is that fight. We'll be talking about this fight for years to come.
Sophie Alisch. She's one of the young guns in the featherweight division, born in 2001, and she, of course, fights out of Berlin, Germany. The blonde bomber, Ebanie Bridges, fighting from down under. In New South Wales, Australia, she won the IBF Bantamweight title in March of 2022.
This is going to be an intense stare-off before the fight starts.
Needless to say, everyone is excited to see this one.
This bout is scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Berlin, Germany, Sophie Alisch. Fighting out of the blue corner, fighting out of New South Wales, Australia, a women's Australian super bantamweight champion, Ebanie, the blonde bomber, Bridges.
One of the hottest tickets around. It's standing room only for this, our main event.
This is one of my favorite venues. Get the right fight, you got a night of fun.
At all times, and what I say ye must obey. Good luck. Let's fight.
High hopes for this battle between these two athletes. He throws the jab, but it doesn't score. Oh, that jab had to hurt her. Jab got her. What a fitting stage for this grudge match. This theater has seen a lot of drama over the years, but perhaps none more compelling than this. So much for defensive abilities. Trying to buy some time here. He can't find a home for that jab. That power punch hurt her. Sophie. Goes Alisch.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Final 10 seconds here, and it's been a good round for her for sure. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. Here we go, it's round 2. She just gets out of the way of that left hand. one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecard. She's really scoring with that right jab. She eats that jab. So much for defensive abilities. Nice exchanges from both women in this round. Is she out on her feet here? Didn't wait too long to get back and get engaged. Ebanie Bridges on her back foot. Right back into the fray. And Ebanie Bridges is rocked. She's showing us great heart, but at what cost? She's got to think about her future. How did they not go down? Ebanie Bridges on wobbly legs. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. And that's exactly where she doesn't need to be. Can she finish the job? This fight is closer than 2 pages in a book, Johnny. There's the bell to start round 3. Why aren't they defending? Why weren't they covering up? Trying to buy some time here. I don't believe what we're seeing here. Oh, and she landed a shot and her legs are wobbly again. A true champion knows how to get out of trouble after they got into trouble, and that's what he's doing here. Might want to step in here. He's got his eyes on it. Some nice exchanges from both women in this round. She's been in wars before. She knows what to do, but can she do it? Ebanie Bridges on her back foot. She out on her feet here. Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged. These punches coming. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Ebanie Bridges is rocked. I don't know about you, Johnny, but I'm getting a little bit sleepy.
We've got to see what...
There's the bell to start round 4. She got her with a right hook. She misses with that jab. Punches coming from every angle. She can't miss with that jab. That punch landed. famous for defensive abilities. How is she still on her feet? Ebanie Bridges on her back foot. Bridges down to the canvas.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It looks like she's going to survive the round, but just barely. Alisch just took a big shot and she's in trouble. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally. And there's the bell for round 5. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, someone can take you out with a simple jab. It can be intimidating, just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
She can't miss with that right jab. Ebanie Bridges on wobbly legs. Didn't wait long to get back in and get engaged. Alisch is hurt. They've avoided catastrophe there. She misses with the jab. These punches coming from every angle. There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't. Ebanie Bridges on what? Very competitive round with 10 seconds. Ebanie Bridges goes down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally. Let's start the 6th. Perfect punch. Can they finish it? Ebanie Bridges on her back foot. Seems like she's beginning to recover a little bit. Championship fight we're seeing, ladies and gentlemen. She throws a big left, but it won't score. And Ebanie Bridges is rocked. Some nice exchanges from both women in this round. I can't believe they haven't gone down yet. How did they survive that? Ebanie Bridges on wobbly legs. Seems like she's beginning to recover a little bit. I thought that was going to be a knockdown at least. Ebanie Bridges on her back foot. And that's exactly where she doesn't need to be. Looks like they've shaken it off. Ebanie Bridges is rocked. Bridges goes down. It looks like she's going to survive the round, but just barely.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And a round that seemed like an eternity for them. Here comes round 7. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
Todd, we know one of these fighters can knock you out with a simple jab. They're that powerful.
She got caught. A blonde bomber couldn't take any more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out. You saw it here live, a knockout win. Congratulations.
That is going to be one of those what happened next shots. Where did it come from? How did he land? He didn't get knocked down. He got knocked out. I mean, out.